And you mentioned this before, but the Office of Management and Budget is preparing for mass firings, and this obviously is not precedented with government shutdowns. Usually government workers are temporarily furloughed. Do you think they're going to follow through on that threat, and what do you think that means for the government going forward?
I hope they don't follow through on that threat. I think they're using it as an intimidation tactic to try to bully Democrats into, retreating. But you can't retreat. Like I said, I had breast cancer 17 and a half years ago. One day I was the picture of health. The next day I found a lump in my breast and I had breast cancer. And then I found out I was at much higher risk of having breast cancer again and ovarian cancer because I carry a mutation that made that more likely. I had healthcare coverage, so I was able to get it taken care of. But if the 200 and something thousand people in my district, 203,000 people in my district lose their enhanced tax credits, 82,000 of them will lose their healthcare entirely, and the others will see their healthcare costs skyrocket, and they'll have to make the devastating choice between paying other bills or their healthcare premiums or dropping their coverage entirely. And that's not a choice that anyone should have to make, because you never know whether you're going to face a healthcare crisis. Republicans obviously don't care about that.
Congresswoman, I always say this, but I feel really lucky in my role being able to speak with members across the aisle. And usually there's places where there is a glimmer of bipartisanship. This is one of those times it doesn't really seem like that based on my conversation with a Republican 2 hours ago and you right now. It seems like the parties right now are entrenched in their in their positions right now. It does seem, and I'm not predicting, but from my conversations, from all other reporting, that we are moving in the direction of a government shutdown. I mean, are you lobbying Senator Schumer? What does that really look like?
I mean, I'm on the same side as Senator Schumer here because I want to make sure that we can cancel those cuts that are devastating for folks. I want to make sure that we can keep healthcare costs low, and I want to make sure that we can guarantee that people have access to healthcare and save it. So we're here. The shutdown is entirely avoidable. I've been a senior appropriator and been on the Appropriations Committee, Brittany, for almost all the years I've been in Congress, and I've never seen one side, the Republicans, refuse to even be in the Capitol, never mind at the table, to try to avoid a shutdown all the way up to the brink. They have brought us to the brink, and I mean, this is on them. They control everything. They can try to deflect and distort and lie, and they are lying when they say that we're trying to, protect people who are undocumented, because it was already against federal law. They don't get Medicaid. They don't get enhanced premium tax credits. That's all a lie. We're talking about citizens, American citizens, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of citizens who will lose millions cumulatively, will lose their health care or will see their health care costs skyrocket. There are some Republicans. It doesn't have to be this way. I know that there are Republicans on the other side of the aisle who are willing to sit down and hash this out. It just doesn't appear that their leadership is intending to follow up on that.
And I do just want to get back to Republicans not being in D.C. Did House Speaker Mike Johnson tell House Democrats why they aren't there? I mean, did any Republican on the Appropriations Committee or any other committee you're on explain their absence?
They said that they passed the CR and they left him. And then he canceled the session days for yesterday and today. There's no explanation other than that they have no regard for the impact of shutting the government down and of watching people's healthcare costs skyrocket as a result of their refusal to negotiate.